Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome, guys. A little bit. Okay, so Alhamdulillah. Let me know if the sound's working. Let me know if you guys can hear and see. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. MashaAllah. Maji, hope you're well, bro. The blue tea's out again. Blue tea is out, mashallah. And as you can see, it's much, you can actually see proper blue now. I don't know, there's no light over here, I think, yeah. So maybe there's a bit of light over there, isn't there? Yeah, you can see the blue. It looks like the back lights, background lights. Put these a bit up. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. So, yeah, so mashallah, another excellent week has gone by. Every week is excellent, alhamdulillah, especially with Jumas. Blue tea is bid'ah. Yes, my brother, I totally agree with you. Blue tea is bid'ah until you taste it, bro. Once you taste it, it actually tastes the same as normal tea, really. Inshallah, when you come down to mine, I'm gonna give you some blue tea, bro. Some blue tea, next level. It's just like a fancy thing. It's like one of the kind of show off things, you know. You got some guests coming down, you want to show off what kind of biscuits you've got, what kind of tea you got. You just bring out some blue tea, shock them all, and then they find out later on that it was some poisonous chemical in there. In fact, you know what it is? It's actually just leaves of a plant. That's all it is. So if I show you guys, it's actually just this. It's simply these leaves, the little plant. Yeah, and you put about three to five of them. You put like 3 to 5 of them in, and that's it. There's nothing else. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Hassan Khan. Are hair transplants permissible? Hair transplants from other people's body is not permissible. Hair transplants from your own body, there's an ikhtilaf amongst, like the Hanafi texts are differing in exactly. So what I would say is yes, if it's from your own body, then alhamdulillah, yeah, you can do it. Plutonium, yeah, bro, plutonium or some crazy new sort of like chemical that they realize later on that it causes cancer or something. Sufyan Malik, mashallah. Sufyan, ahla wa sahla wa salam. I request to ask for an upcoming exam. May Allah make your exams easy for you. Sufyan, what exam is it? Qasim, alaikum assalam. Alhamdulillah, Qasim. I'm very good, thank you very much. How's things on your end? Everything good? Have you been enjoying the the nice rainy weather, the British rainy weather? Tax. Oh no. Well, I'm not gonna help you there, bro. I'm not gonna help you there. I ain't a joke. May Allah make your exams easy for you. So yeah. So mashallah, I don't know if the other Sufyan's here, but the other Sufyan, mashallah, has sent me a collection of teas from around the world. So this is not one of them. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna maybe just test out the teas, make a video. I'll test them out and I'll show you guys what I think of them. Yeah, so it's a variety of teas, inshallah. And I mean, I like these kind of things. These are like small little it's like hobbies, you can say, basically. Yeah, it kind of like pass some time. Maybe Maji come down, we'll do some tea testing. Yeah, some different types of teas. And I had a friend actually, and he says to me, his one of his mates has got a tea shop in London, and the prices of the teas range from like a few pounds to a few £100 for one cup. So I'm thinking, whoa, imagine drinking tea that costs hundreds of pounds. You just be like carefully taking the sip. Like some people when they drink their tea, they leave a little bit behind. That guy's, no, I don't think so, mate. Even if there's a little bit behind, get your handkerchief, put your handkerchief in, take it out, squeeze it in your mouth. Make sure nothing is left, man. Make sure nothing is left. Shaqim, wa alaikum assalam, rahmatullahi wa sahlan. Welcome, Shaqim. Found a nice meal donation app. Oh, okay. How does that work? Yeah, I'll be interested in that. If I have a voucher that you cannot convert into cash, I can sell it for less than the voucher's worth, but can't if it's convertible into cash. That's correct. Yeah, because if it's convertible into cash, then it's cash equivalent. But if it's considered to be non-convertible into cash, then it's considered to be like a non-fungible item. Yeah. إياك نستعين was إنا نستعينك first. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, look, in إياك نستعينك in Arabic means we seek your help. Now, if I say to you we seek your help, that can mean we seek your help, but I'm not telling you if I'm only seeking your help. I could be seeking the help of 10 other people, but I just met you and I said, you know what, we're seeking your help. Like, like maybe some political parties trying to get votes. And they say, look, we're seeking your help. But we're not saying whether we're seeking anyone else's help. So if you want to be able to just say to someone, only your help we're seeking, only your help, no one else. What you do is that kaf, you bring it forward. And you add an iya at the beginning. Iyaka, you and you only, nasta'inu, we're seeking help. So that gives it the meaning of exclusivity. There's a nice tea shop in Bullring. Okay, bro. We'll go for it. We'll go for a bike ride. Yeah, excellent. We go for a bike ride and we go there. What do you think? Because I hate going town. Yeah, I hate going town in the car. It's just a big headache. Yeah, but bikes can go anywhere, can't they? Assalamu alaikum from the heart of America. Ahlan wa sahlan. Ya akhana min Chicago. Chicago. What does Chicago mean? Is it like some Native American word? I drink too much tea that now I'm suffering from gastric. Ah, okay. Okay, do you drink desi tea? Like when you doodh patti. SK, mashallah, alaikum salam, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, ahlan wa sahlan. SK, do we have to submit questions in advance or can we ask now? Usually the Q&A is on Saturday. Yeah, that's usually on Saturday where I just dedicate the time just to answering questions. Here it's more just about updates of what's happening with me on the channel and just like talk to you guys, my friends, my family. But if you want to ask just a question, I don't mind answering it if I can. Hassan, ahlan wa sahlan, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, guys. The meal donation app is called Share the Meal. You can download it. Google Share the Meal. They give food to poor countries like Syria, Yemen, Africa. Okay, interesting. So basically, it's like a charity. It's like a charity kind of organization, yeah. Actually, that's a fantastic idea. I don't know why someone ain't thought of that before. It's a fantastic idea. There's lots of people who want to donate, and with your phone, it's just really convenient. Blue tea, yes, this is the blue tea. Once you drink this tea, your iman will rise to a next level. Yeah, once you drink this tea, my brothers and sisters, your iman will rise to a next level. Is the tea you're drinking the one they drink in northern Pakistan? I have no idea. I don't think so. This is basically a type of I showed you this guy before, but okay, I'll show you guys again. So it's basically this leaf, right? It looks a bit like violet, those violets plants. It's a bit like that, and it just gives us a dye and it gives a little taste to the water. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You look warm and cozy today, alhamdulillah. So this is basically a jumper that was gifted to me by one of my students. So I don't know, Omar, if you're watching. Yeah, one of my students, he gifted this to me. So it's a bit cold today and I had to give Jummah talk. So you know what, I thought I got to look a bit smart and at the same time I got to keep it warm as well. So I thought, hit two birds with one stone. Will this be considered the act of washing for purification purposes? Holding water in the palm of the hand and then splashing it onto different limb, or dropping water from the palm of the hand onto limb. So you're lifting up water, and then you're pouring it onto your arm. Is that what you're saying? Tea shop is right by the entrance, so we could ride there easily. Excellent. Yeah, definitely. We'll do it, bro. We'll do it. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna get a bike lock, so you know we don't have to keep watching out for the bikes. Get a bike lock, put the bike on, sit down, bro. Have some nice tea. As long as the tea doesn't cost hundreds of pounds. Yeah, I'm okay. JL, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Ahlan wa sahlan, JL. Emullah looks very nice, mashallah. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. 95 grade, mashallah, mashallah. Long time no see. Salam Mufti, is it permissible for a woman to marry without the consent of her wali? According to Imam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah, his position on this is a well-known position in the Hanafi school, which is she is allowed to. However, there are certain conditions where if she marries someone who is not considered to be her suitor on par with her status, then the family can object and the marriage can be nullified. But the other Imam Muhammad rahimahullah, he says that the marriage is going to be considered to be pending. MashaAllah, was going to say digging the jump. Yeah, Jazakallah khair, guys. If anyone wants to know, this is from Next. So you go to Next, and I think they've only got a few left now. The season, they're finishing this season, these ones. So if you want to go there and you want to look like me, yeah, if you want to follow my madhab, right, then you just get one of these ones. We all walk on the street with the same jumper on, yeah. You got to walk on the street the same jumper. Follow in my steps. Yes, so yeah, so therefore, if you're pouring water onto the limb, that's fine, because this would not be considered to be ma musta'mal. So ma musta'mal would be considered when the water falls off the limb after it's been used, according to the main position that many of the Hanafis have taken. Is it allowed to celebrate other festivals that are not of our own? As long as they do not clash with our beliefs, then it's fine. I would like to know if it's okay to read Surah Kahf in the Isha prayer, and would that suffice for reading the surah on Friday as the next day starts? Yeah, some scholars have discussed this and they said, yeah, you can technically kind of read it on the Friday night. You can't sit in there, like it's tea shop which sells. Oh, tea shop. I'm thinking to myself, you nice little cozy seat there. You sit down, you have a menu. You ask them to bring your tea, and you have the teapot, and you drink from that. Oh, just tea, yeah. Oh, forget that, bro. We need to find a nice tea place where you can go and. Same with Surah Mulk. Is it okay to read the surah in the Isha prayer instead of reading it alone? Yes, you can. Yeah. Hassan, Assalamu alaikum. Is it sunnah to have a specific meal every Friday, e.g. dal chawal? I wish it was, and then I'll come down your house and we can have something. But no, there's nothing in the text that mentioned that there's any specific type of meal that the Prophet used to have every Friday. What is mentioned is that some of the Sahaba say that when we were young, we used to have this wheat drink, yeah, made from wheat. It's called sawiq. But today at the mosque, there were some bottles. I disposed of them, and I'm unsure if any alcohol went on my clothes. Yes, your clothes will be clean. So if you don't know if it's impure, automatically by default your clothes are clean. It's only if you're 100% sure that the substance was impure, then your clothes are impure. But if you didn't know, then the default is it's considered pure. What's up? You should do a live talk with me to see if I can do a real podcast, whatever you decide. A live talk with you? What do you mean? How do you do that? It's a Gujarati sunnah, yeah. I think dal chawal is a Gujarati sunnah. Maybe some Gujaratis have been your parents were probably telling you when you were growing up that beta, if you don't eat dal chawal, you're not going to be fulfilling the sunnah. Sometimes parents, they kind of emotionally blackmail you by saying if you don't do this, Allah's going to get angry. Yeah, and then you kind of think at that time, oh, this is so serious, because your parents, whatever they say, is they understand the deen the best. Then when you grow up and then you start studying and then you start reading books and thinking, oh my God, what's this? My parents have been telling me all this time that if you leave some food behind, the food makes dua against you, and this is going to happen if you turn his slippers upside down, and then Allah gets angry and shaitan comes and prays in the prayer mat, all that. Would you be considering to make a podcast in the future? That would be nice. We have a podcast on Thursdays. I don't know if you're aware of it. Thursday nights we have a podcast. So yeah, it's called the 3 Dates podcast. So we have that. So I don't think I'd be able to make another podcast. I was actually planning to do a podcast in Arabic. So people who are learning Arabic, so you bring them on and you just chat with them in Arabic, and it's a way of kind of like improving Arabic at the same time and encouraging other people to learn Arabic as well. SK, is it okay for women to read Nawafil prayers loudly in their homes, but not loud enough? Yes, that would be permissible. Sort of like a pre-podcast, a short one. If it's like a one-off thing, maybe. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Clothes having dried blood is not allowed to wear for prayers. My t-shirt have few dried blood. Don't know how it came. If it's the size of a coin, a large coin, if it's the size of a coin, then you should repeat that salat again you prayed in them. But if it's just small little specks, then it's fine. They all mean well, alhamdulillah. Just to clarify, the bottles were beer bottles. Does that change the ruling? So exactly what happened? How much spilt on you? And I'm unsure if any alcohol. Oh, so if you're unsure if anything went on you, then it's fine. Yeah. So if you're unsure if anything went on you, then it's considered to be totally fine. Ya Allah. Right. I see. That's cool. Seem energetic today. Alhamdulillah. I'm energetic. I actually did, when I do a Jummah talk, I kind of, all my tiredness and everything goes. Because half an hour, 20 minutes or whatever, I'm just like talking. So I get in that kind of like mode, the talking mode. So today I had a Jummah talk and the topic was about, it was basically around Surah Kawthar. I've actually recorded it. I'm going to upload it onto my YouTube channel. The audio's been recorded. So yeah, so it's inshallah I'm going to upload it and then you guys can have a listen to it as well. So it's basically about Inna A'tainaka al-Kawthar, right, and what's happening today in the world with regards to France and all that. Might be coming to England in a few months. Was thinking about doing it before that. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, if you give me like a date in advance, then inshallah I'll be able to tell you. Is it okay if children have teddy bears in their rooms, and can one pray in a room which has teddies? So when it comes to having teddy bears, there's actually a report from Imam Abu Yusuf rahimahullah which says that it's permissible to buy toys for kids, so like dolls and these things, because it's proven that Aisha radiallahu anha used to have a doll. So for children these kind of things are permissible. As for praying salat, what I would say is that if the dolls are like in a high place, then that should be avoided. That would be considered to be disliked in salat. So if you're going to pray in a room where there are dolls, as long as the dolls are not high up, like not erected in a way that it seems as though they're being worshipped, then it would be fine. Preferably try to cover them up. Yeah, preferably if you can, or try to pray in another room. But if they're on the floor just scattered everywhere, then that would be fine. You suggest how it should be. Birmingham is a must-go place. Yeah, Birmingham is a must-go. Just unless we're tier 3, then it's not a must-go place. Yeah, so Birmingham is a must-go place only if we're not tier 3. Once you become tier 3, then no-go. It's a no-go place. Salam, is watching football allowed? Yes, watching football will be allowed. And I mean, it's the issue with regards to the thighs and all that. Generally, the image is from far away, so you're not really kind of focusing on the thighs. And because there's an ikhtilaf with regards to the area around the kneecaps, yeah, so based on that, there would be scope for that. The dolls, does the same ruling apply to pictures? Because the narration mentions she had a doll, right? That kind of shows that for children, there's permissibility. And likewise, when it comes to, for children, education purposes, you buy a book that has pictures in there. And, these kind of things, that would be permissible. For education purposes, yeah. Salam, Mufti Salam. Ahlan wa sahlan, Sufyan. Today I've got my blue tea, yeah? But I've been telling everyone, I'm gonna start the other teas, yeah? And I might even make a video just to test out which of the teas are nice. Yeah, so Jazakallah khair for the wonderful teas. Shaqim, I have ceramic figure of a salt and pepper shaker. I have it in my cabinet. It's not allowed to, is it not allowed to keep since I am Pray next to the camera. No, it's fine. As long as it's not like a physical body where you can see the eyes and you can see all the shapes. What about sleeping with dolls? Will the dolls be possessed? I don't know what kind of dolls you're into. Yeah, 95 Gred. Yeah, please. Yeah, don't tell us about your like what kind of dolls you have. Voodoo dolls. Normally dolls don't get possessed. I really want to wear hijab, but my mom says I am an extremist if I do. Allah, how can I wear it when they don't allow me? They expect me to do so much fashion. What should I do? Just try your best. Listen to your parents. Wearing the hijab is an important thing. What I would suggest, speak to them quietly, speak to them calmly. Hijab is necessary for an adult woman to wear, but I don't know your situation. Take your time. Maybe they allow you to wear a hat or something, or they allow you to wear something which can cover your head in some way. Try to do that, and then slowly, once you're more confident or they understand more, then slowly they're going to allow you to wear a hijab. Yeah, so try your best, I would say. I don't know why I keep that thing. It's a gift. Maybe I shouldn't keep it. It's fine. I mean, as long as it's kept away. Are we allowed to give sweets to people who come trick or treating on Halloween? Yeah, there wouldn't be anything wrong with it. There wouldn't be anything wrong with giving sweets to little kids. Just gifts given to them. I don't think they're going to be coming this year. Why is my question about Khamar not going through? I have no idea. Leeds is going into tier 3. Allahu Akbar. Yeah, that's like Premiership tier 1. Tier 2 is like does this have Division 1? Division 2 is watching. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. Football depends who you support. That's an excellent one. Excellent. Aston is a no-go place. Yeah, actually for Aston you need a special license, yeah, to come to Aston. Is it permissible to sell khamar to non-Muslims only whilst living in Dar al-Kufr? According to majority of scholars, no. Is watching TV okay, Mufti Saab? I mean, brother, I'm not forget watching TV, watching this live stream. Is it okay to watch this live stream? And if you're watching it on a TV, ask me this question tomorrow, inshallah. I mean, I always every week I answer questions about watching TV. So if you're okay with watching this, then I don't see why you have an issue with watching TV. Okay, assalamu alaikum. Can you suggest a book which covers abwab of sarf and various meanings of verbs? Yes. So there's a book which is called, do I have it over here? Yes. It's called From the Treasures of Arabic Morphology. From the Treasures of Arabic Morphology. Very nice book. And I would suggest you get that book, From the Treasures of Arabic Morphology. It's not the best book out. It's not the best book that's written, but it's very, very useful for students. The doll that Egyptian kept thousands of years ago, what they call the voodoo thing scary. I was told not to sleep with my action figure since young because jinns like to possess it. I never heard of that before. I think that's like the dal chawal one, yeah. I think that's like a dal chawal kind of question. And fatwa. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shahadat Alam. Can you suggest a book which covers... answer this one for. Okay. Muhammad Rafi, what happened to Brother Arif on last week's? Yeah, I think he had some problems with his the device that he was using. Jazakallah khair for your answer. You're welcome. Shaqim, archaeology in Egypt found dolls that was punched. Some have nails into them. Yeah, probably some sort of like crazy magic. Are we allowed to take their sweets? If I see you, Maji, coming down my house, yeah, trick or treating, yeah, you know what I'm gonna give you? I'm gonna give you what's that thing called? Bitter gourd. Karele. I'll get some karele, bro. Karele dipped in chocolate. Oh yes. Get some karele, bro. Dip them in chocolate. Oh. Brother, I had a question about reading a book which is very controversial and consists of some topics which may seem offensive to the Muslims. The book's name is The Da Vinci Code. Yeah, it's fine to read these books. Yeah, these books are fine. As long as a person's belief is firm and they understand about Islam, these kind of books are fine to read. Mufti, we are waiting for a jinn story. Jinn story. No more jinn stories, man. No more jinn stories. Jinn stories are finished. By the way, is anyone wants read the history of Islam? Okay, I don't know. Lost Islamic history. It talks about how it isn't discussed in textbooks. Okay, excellent. Did you know that brother from last night's podcast from before? Yes, I know Hassan very well. Alhamdulillah. He's actually my student. Studied by me a few courses online, and I've actually visited him as well in his city. Do you teach at Sofa? Yes. I love Karele. You love Karele? Oh, damn. That didn't work then. Karele actually good. It depends how you cook them, isn't it? I've seen this guy eating them raw, man. I don't know how he does it. Yeah. Okay, I'm a bit confused about how it's okay to give and take sweets on Halloween. I was always told it's completely haram. You see, the issue with regards to the Halloween thing is that by giving sweets on this night, are you really celebrating this? Is it like for example, it's like buying Easter eggs. It's the same kind of concept. Buying Easter eggs in Easter, is it haram? Or on Christmas, receiving a gift on Christmas, like receiving some, Christmas decorated chocolates. So it's the same kind of concept over here. Yes, if a person was to buy something honoring that particular festival, then that would be impermissible, right? But people don't give sweets out honoring Halloween. It's just like a cultural thing that people do. They just go around and they just give them out. I will have to go for now. Thanks for that. Take care, inshallah. JL. Karele ghost is here. Yeah, Karele ghost. If it's made nicely, definitely. With keema. Karele keema. That's nice. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Adil. Ahlan wa sahlan mufti. What book would you recommend for learning about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? As a beginner, I would say one of the most enjoyable books to read is Muhammad by what's his name? Yahya. I forgot his name now. Martin Links. His English name is Martin Links, but his Muslim name is Yahya something. So that's a very nice book to start off with. So I would just start off with that book, inshallah. Lightly coated with onions. Oh, you're making my mouth water, bro. You know what kind of onions I like? Caramelized onions. Crispy, nice, fried, crispy. Yum. What are you for Halloween? What are you for Halloween? You mean celebrating? No, celebrating Halloween is not allowed. Celebrating Halloween is not allowed. What I'm saying is, in Halloween, certain practices customary practices that happen. Like, for example, let's say a person goes to a shop and buys a cake or buys something, and it's got Halloween sort of like festive things on there. Mufti, do you have tips on how to teach students? Inshallah, I will be tutoring some children. It all depends what you're teaching, how old the students are. Isn't Halloween is all about costume? More like being spooky. Yeah, so see, that's the issue with these kind of festivals, as in they are paganistic in origin, but then is that paganistic sort of like element still there today? Do people recognize it as a pagan festival, or is it just like a festival people do that? Is muraqabah haram to practice? Meditation is fine. Yeah, it's fine to do. I just played a game having Halloween event. I got a few costumes. Is Dr. Abdul Razak Iskandar one of the top scholars of our time? Not really. I mean, depends what you mean by top scholar. No, he isn't like an expert. He has studied by the experts. He's written a lot of works as well, and in his own way, he is a kind of expert. But he wouldn't be like an expert in the sense like a researcher expert. So you get some people who at one point were very good, but because they didn't continue their research, they kind of like, stay at that sort of level. And then you have researchers like people like Dr. Salah Abul Hajj, Mufti Taqi Usmani, or Sheikh Nizam Yaqubi, and others who actually their research continues, right? So is hadith about seeking knowledge China hadith? A lot of people say it's fabricated, and most people say that it's extremely weak. Just general tips. Students are teenagers. I'll be teaching secular subjects. The thing I'll tell you about studying, like with when it comes to teenagers, is teenagers are very sort of like loud, outspoken. They speak out of turn. They sometimes object. They question. So you have to be prepared for that. So I would say is befriend them. More than anything, show them authority. A teacher should always show the authority in class. But at the same time, the authority should not be like scary. It shouldn't make the students feel scared. So allow discussion. Allow, like when you're teaching them, allow them to have their input. Yeah, and always be fair with kids. With kids, they observe this. If you're not fair with kids, if you have a rule, always be consistent in that rule. Never like waver that rule sometimes. Because if you do that, they'll just realize this teacher isn't really serious. That's what I would say. And make lots of dua for them as well. Martin Lings. Yes, Martin Lings. Who are our top scholars of our time? Can give some English-speaking scholars. Top scholars in the UK, I would say people like Mufti Ibn Adam, Mufti Abdul Rahman Gera, Sheikh Muhammad Aslam, Sheikh Abdullah Judai, Sheikh Akram Nadawi. These are, when you say top scholars, the thing is, when you guys are thinking of top scholars, I think differently of what it means to be a top scholar. So I look at what work they've done, like what contributions they've made in writing or in research and so forth. So if I don't mention some names, it's not because I don't consider them top. It's just that I haven't seen their works. So there might be a particular speaker who does lots of talks everywhere, but I haven't seen their work, so I can't measure them. So I gauge people by the academic writing that they have, and by the sort of like research and specialities that they have. So Mufti Faraz Adam, Mufti Zubair Bhatt, Sheikh Mufti Umar, who else? Yeah, this is a top man. Sheikh Rozwan from Scotland. Yeah, there's quite a lot. Sheikh Abdul Rahman Clark, Abdul Samad Clark, Sheikh Abdul Hakim Murad. Yeah, so there's like loads of people. Is touching newly born child okay who is not mahram? For example, child of, yeah. I mean, if a person was to touch a child, it's fine, as long as if the child is not from your family and if it's opposite gender, if it's near the age of puberty, then it should be avoided. What's the punishment in the afterlife for acting on homosexual urges? I don't know. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You see a lot better now, alhamdulillah. Is it permissible? Jazakallah khair. Yes, I'm feeling much better. Is it permissible to pray salah in a non-Muslim house? Yes, definitely. Salat anywhere can be prayed. It's disliked to pray salat where there is filth, where there is a very high chance of harming other people or putting them into inconvenience, or where there is any sort of element of shirk. Yeah. So these are the kind of, but otherwise it's fine to pray anyway. Okay. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? What are your graduate studies in Islam? I don't understand. What are your thoughts? You graduate Islam studies. I don't understand. What are your thoughts on graduate studies in Islam? So what are graduate studies? Like you mean university graduate studies? In your opinion, who are some of the greatest scholars from the subcontinent today? The ones that I've seen their work, and I would say people like Mufti Taqi Usmani, definitely. Um, then you have over there, there are other people. So there's people in trade and business, Mufti Irshad. There's also um, Sheikh Anwar Badakhshani is my teacher. Sheikh Anwar Badakhshani. And also one of my other teachers, Sheikh Thaqib. All of my teachers, obviously. And in India, Sheikh Khalid Saif Rahman Khalidi, Mufti Saif Rahman Khalidi, and who else? In Bangladesh, Sheikh Abdul Malik. I mean, see, the thing is, I don't have it in my head. I don't have like a list of people who I kind of like always refer back to. And the thing is that I think a lot of people have this kind of thing that if you're a scholar, you automatically know all the scholars around the world. It doesn't work like that. There are many people I don't even know in the UK. Like they might be good scholars. I don't even know them because I'm so busy in my own work. I don't really get time to kind of look out for them. And I know there are some people who are always trying to find scholars. All right. Okay, that's a good question. How would you help advise someone who is attracted to someone from their own gender? I would say the same thing if someone is attracted to someone they're not allowed to have relations. If a person's attracted to having sexual intercourse with their mother, right, what would they do? I would say the same thing. They just got to show patience. Have sabr, have patience, try to put measures in their life that makes them move away from those thoughts. Is there a specific madhab taught in a Sufa Alimiya course? So in fiqh, you mean in fiqh, yeah? So in fiqh, the main focus is on the Hanafi madhab. What do you think of Sheikh Abdul Rahim Limbada and Allama Khalid? I mean, Sheikh Abdul Rahim Limbada, I haven't seen any of his academic works. That's the thing. I've heard some of his talks, but I haven't seen any of his academic works. Sheikh Allama Khalid, he was an excellent scholar, mashallah. Definitely. I mean, I've seen a lot of his works, and they're very, very thorough academic. You can tell his academic, talent and skill. Definitely excellent books. How big is the jump from a student of knowledge to a scholar, teacher, etc.? It's not a jump, it's just a gradual sort of transition, a gradual transition. Sheikh, so those who have done academic writings and so on, who are those top scholars? Okay, I mean, there's loads, man. There's just loads of them out there that I've done. So like I said, you have Mufti Abdul Rahman Ghera has written a lot. Mufti Ibn Adam has written a lot. Mufti Faraz Adam has written a lot. Mufti Zubair Bhatt has written a lot. Sheikh Abdullah Judai has written a lot. I mean, Sheikh Abdullah Judai, some of his works are excellent, especially when it comes to his work on Usul Hadith. I think that's probably one of the best books that's written in today's times on Usul Hadith, definitely. Because I've taught Usul Hadith for quite a number of years, and I've been reading through various works, and this is a book that I would say it's a very, very good book after a person studies Nukhbat al-Fikr to actually study that book. Yeah, so there's quite a few. Sheikh Nizam Yaqubi, I think he's from Kuwait. Yeah, very, very knowledgeable scholar. Sheikh Amir al-Bahja, he's a very knowledgeable scholar as well, especially in fiqh, mu'amalat. Sheikh Abu al-Qais At-Ta'i, very knowledgeable scholar in poetry in Egypt. Okay, can we have cake with Quran ayats? Can we have cake? With cakes and having ayats, I would avoid it. To me, it seems disrespectful to have ayats of the Quran on a cake. I would be totally against that. Having the name of the Prophet ﷺ, I mean, it all kind of, how do you feel about it, I would say? Do you feel, uncomfortable having it? So I would feel uncomfortable having the Prophet ﷺ's name, especially if you intend the Prophet ﷺ himself on a cake. Sheikh Hassan Ali has been coming to Chicago every year for the last couple of years, sometimes twice, alhamdulillah. Master's, PhD in Islamic sciences. Yes, I would say do a master's or PhD But before you do that, study Islamic sciences thoroughly, yeah, with a teacher, traditional method. Then go into that. What about Tariq Masood? I mean, Mufti Tariq Masood seems like a speaker, just an orator, like Mufti Menk, like someone who's good at just talking, giving talks. I haven't seen any of his works, any of his research. So I don't really kind of measure scholars according to how good they can give a talk. I don't measure it because I know people who have no knowledge and they can give excellent talks. Yeah, they're beautiful in giving talks. But if you ask them, like, discuss Masail with them, they won't have a clue. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. What are you options on Dawat Islami? I don't really know much about Dawat Islami. When I was in Pakistan, there was a lot of like Dawat Islami movement there and Faizani Medina. I remember the central sort of like location. I think, mashallah, they're doing a very good job. Their main sort of thing is trying to bring people back to the Sunnah of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And I don't really have an issue. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know the exact ins and outs and details of how the movement sort of like works. But from what I've seen, mashallah, it looks very promising. And I know there's quite a few madrasas they have, and they're free of charge for children. I think that's excellent. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. What kind of television is haram? A broken one. How to politely say no, different techniques when women approach for handshake. I don't know really. I mean, I've never been in that kind of situation. I can't remember being in that situation. What I mean, in these kind of situations, you just gotta make your own sort of like judgment. You just gotta say, look, you know, I apologize. I mean, nowadays you can simply just say isolation now. So if anyone does want to shake your hand, just say, please, I'm trying to avoid. Yeah, just use that excuse. The Sabr reply unfortunately doesn't cut it any longer. I'm sorry to say, what's up. That's fine. I mean, if you don't want to accept that, there's no other thing when it comes to. So if someone says, for example, I want to have intimacy with my sister, or I want to have intimacy with a woman across the road, or I want to have intimacy with a, it's the same concept when it comes to homosexual tendencies, right? I mean, what do you say? Do you say because, oh, this person really has strong tendencies for the same gender, or it should be allowed? What if the person has strong, urges for his mother, or his auntie, or his, daughter? Yeah. So I mean, if you don't accept that, that's fine. Tika, I mean, do Muslims believe in chakras? What's a chakra? People like Muhammad Yasir al-Hanafi, who's close to As-Sufa, is very sectarian. Constant mention of Najdis and Wahhabis. Is it okay to see the face of a non-Mahram teacher in college, or shall we look down? Yes, you can see, as long as you don't feel lustful thoughts. What about Alama Awliya, Shaykh al-Muslim, Mufti Imran? Allahu Akbar. That's not even my level. I can't really kind of comment on that. Yeah, there's only one person that can comment on that, and that's Muhammad Imran himself, Mufti Muhammad Imran. Sheikh Suhail Hanif is quite good. Definitely Dr. Suhail Hanif. What's your view on the French saga? I mean, what is my view? I mean, the same politics that you guys watch on TV is the same information I get. Okay, I don't get like some special jinns or something carrying, private information to me. It's just secularism, isn't it? Secularism, that's how it is. Look what's happening in China. Look what's happening. It's just that in this country and USA, they have certain policies and laws which sort of like stop the government from really cracking down on Muslims. Otherwise, if you kind of want to go into secularism is, by nature, is going to go against the whole concept of tradition and the whole concept of culture, Islamic culture. Assalamu alaikum, Manfado. Hazrat, people who do medical abortion where say the scan shows the child won't live or will suffer because the organs are developed incorrectly, etc. How should we react? Do you support boycotting? So according to oh, sorry, that's a separate question. Okay, so I don't understand the question, Manfado. What's the question? How should we react? Do you support boycotting? I mean, I don't really know exactly the whole sort of like how the boycotting is going to work. But if it's going to pressure the government into easing the situation with the Muslims, then definitely I think boycotting should be done. Yeah, because boycotting is not there because we just want to We just want to make a point. Boycotting should be there to be able to achieve something. So if it can be achieved, then definitely. Musa, can you tell us please a little bit about Maulana Anwar Shah? No information on the internet. Yeah, he's quite quiet. I mean, he's from northern Afghanistan. He studied with Maulana Yusuf Benori, and he was in fact actually married to one of his daughters. And then his daughter passed away, and then he actually married the sister of Mufti Taqi Usmani, and then she passed away as well. Then when we were studying, he actually married a third time in his 70s. And he's written many books. He's done a lot of Tasheel books, and he's got his own sort of like research as well. He's a very, very researching scholar. He's like a person, I'm telling you, if he has social media and his sort of like research views were to be out there, I think a lot of people would be criticizing him. Yeah, because researchers are like that. This is naturally like that. So sometimes what tends to happen is people, scholars especially, they have their own certain views on certain issues. And when they present those views, what tends to happen is people will sideline them. It's just like, oh, this guy is going against what everyone else says. So it's not Mufti Mullah Abdul Halim Chisti was like that as well. Very, very strong researcher. And he's like that as well. He's like, you can say, very, very similar to Mullah Abdul Halim Chisti. When do you think is the right moment for a totally beginner of Arabic language to start studying Islamic sciences? I would say do the 17 lessons. If anyone is interested in doing the 17 lessons, then we have here email and a website for our courses. Yeah, 17 lessons is designed for absolute beginners. As long as you can read Quran, like the words. This course is designed for them. You do that course in 17 lessons, and after the 17 lessons, alhamdulillah, you are on the way to start learning. Shaqim, I just found out that the church tiles under the Al-Aqsa Mosque a few years ago. I know the Temple Mount was the place of the Roman army. No wonder there's a church or monastery there. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the thing is, they don't even know half the things under the old city. Yeah, so Masjid Aqsa complex, they don't even know half of the things underneath it. Yeah, they're still finding like cities under cities, because this is such an old place that they were like cities. They're digging, archaeologists, and actually finding cities layered under cities. Chakra is the inner spiritual strength. Okay, like some sort of like meditation or something. Is it meditation? Okay. When I pray Salah, I struggle to erect my right foot. Is that okay? Yeah. If you find it difficult, it's fine. Who's Mufti Muhammad Imran? He's someone else. Special Jinns. Doctor Institute. Assalamu alaikum, akhi. I am studying for the USMLE medical exam. I have to study 10 hours a day for 6 months. How should I tackle this gigantic task? So, sounds like a very big task. What I would suggest is just schedule your time. Have a routine, schedule your time. Cut out things that are not very important in your life for the 6 months, and inshallah you should do well. The main thing is scheduling. Do you recommend Sheikh Nuruddin Ittar's books? Definitely. Nuruddin Ittar's books, very, very good. Excellent books. I mean, all of his books that I've read, I've really benefited from them. Is it permissible to abort the child in this scenario? Possibly, yeah. So according to Hanafis, there is possibility. What I would suggest is if you go online Google and type in abortion and Sheikh Salman Yunus, he's actually done a whole paper on this. Like, what's the Hanafi view on abortion? Chakra is Japanese concept like chi is Chinese. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be anything wrong as long as a person didn't believe that this is some sort of like a divine power external from Allah. That would be wrong. But if a person just believes that there's energy, form of energy. What madhab, fiqh and creed do you follow? I follow Hanafi madhab, and I follow the belief of the Sahaba. Whatever's in Aqidah Tahawiyah, that's what I follow. Mufti Zeruli Khan also has his own opinions. Mufti Zeruli Khan, he comes out with some strange ones. The 17 lesson is for zero knowledge user. Yes, zero knowledge user. As long as you can read Quran, that's enough. Seems like in the Dora year in Banuri, many great scholars teach. Yeah, there's a few. I don't know about now. Assalamu alaikum. Can you suggest books regarding Nahw and Balagha from your point of view? Nahw and Balagha. There's loads. I mean, there's loads of books on Nahw and Balagha. So on Nahw, for example, like books like Nahw al-Wadih, 2 tiers of Nahw al-Wadih. You've got Ajurumiyya and its called commentaries, Ajurumiyya. You've got Hidayat al-Nahw. You've got Shudur al-Dhahab, which is a beginner's book. You've got Sharh Qatr al-Nada. You've got Mughni al-Labib. You've got Al-Kafiya. You've got Ibn Malik, Al-Fiyat ibn Malik. You've got the Khulasa ibn Malik. And then you've got Al-Mufassal by Imam Zamakhshari and commentaries of Mufassal. So there's like loads of books. I mean, literally, there are thousands of books on Arabic grammar. And then Balagha, there's like loads of books. Main books on Balagha will be Ijaz al-Quran by Al-Jurjani. And then you got the works by Sakaki, yeah, Miftah al-Ulum. And then you got the commentaries of Miftah al-Ulum by Taftazani, Mutawwal, and Mukhtasar al-Ma'ani. And then you got some modern books that have been written as well by Sheikh Muhammad Abu Musa, who's probably one of the most knowledgeable in Balagha in the world today at the moment in Egypt. And Sheikh Fadl Samurai, his books as well are Balagha. Saqib Masood, yesterday's podcast was great, mashallah. Jazakallah khair. What do you guys think of Hassan? Was Hassan a good presenter? Sheikh, recommend us a book, English, Arabic, any topic. Muhammad by Martin Lings. A Riva sister married a Muslim brother after having a child. Her ex-husband, who is non-Muslim, who was absent for 3 years, came back and said, "You are still my wife," as he never gave divorce. Is she still my? Tell her to go to Islamic Council. I don't really deal with these kind of issues. These are issues that require lots of details. So tell her to go to an Islamic Council, contact an Islamic Council, and speak to them. Have you heard of the type of tarkib called Zingiri tarkib? Yeah, I've heard of that. What is after Balagha? After Balagha, then you just dive into the texts. Poetry, go into poetry, and go into like Zamakhshari's Kashaf tafsir. Sheikh, how comes there are only 17 lessons when Arabic is so vast? So the 17 lessons basically gives you the main sort of rules to get into it. So it's like, for example, like imagine someone's teaching you football. You never played football before. But they say to you, look, I'm going to give you 17 lessons in how to play football, and the rest is up to you. So with the 17 lessons, it teaches you how to actually grasp and go about learning Arabic. So you learn the main principles, you apply it. By the end of the course, you can actually translate from Arabic to English, English to Arabic, and you can even start translating the Quran as well. 4 marriages are allowed, but is that all at once? So yes, you can marry all at once. So imagine if you have one wife and she passes away, then you marry again and she also passes away, and then yeah, you can marry like that or all at one go. Up to you. I heard urud something. Yeah, urud is to the poetry. I actually got, if you go to my website, uruk.com, yeah, on there I've actually got Ilm al-Arud. It's about, I think about 5 or 6 lessons or something. Do you know Mufti Nawal al-Rahman? No, I don't know them personally. Which is the most detailed Nahu and Sarf book? I don't know. I haven't checked all the books in the world to find out which one's the most detailed. You got some Nahu books that are 10 volume long. Like 10 volume long Nahu books. So that kind of gives you an idea. If one says to his wife, "I am done with you," but doesn't have intention of divorce, what's the ruling? There's no divorce. How's the weather here in the Midwest? The hottest usually 90. At the moment, today was okay. It was about 16, 15 degrees Celsius. I think you guys do Fahrenheit, don't you? We are just the Celsius guys. We are. Ya Allah. Mubin. You think it's a good idea to study at Medina University or just to stick to closer? Medina University would be good if you could study there. Very good. Try to study there. Um, I personally would say that if a person wants to study, they need to first of all learn at home first the basics. Learn at home the basics, like in your locality, in your own language, and then go to these other places. You'll benefit much more. Rahiq al Makhtoum. Rahiq al Makhtoum is good as well. The only thing with Rahiq al Makhtoum is like it's not as fluid as Martin Ling's book. It's not as fluid. I don't know. What do you think? Sarub, mashallah, ahlan wa sahlan. What's in the tea? Plutonium, my brother. This is plutonium. This is what I give to all my guests that come to my house, so they don't, so they don't come a second time. No, this is actually a type of blue tea. It's like a leaf. It's like a plant. What sports do you watch? I'm not really into watching sports. Rather, I prefer playing sports. I'll probably maybe I don't know. Sometimes watch snooker, maybe something like that. Maybe sometimes football. Maybe sometimes I'm not really kind of keen. Like I'm not a keen spectator. If I do go to football match, yeah, definitely I'll watch it. But I won't be like kind of looking forward to watching. Just came to give a like. Ahlan wa sahlan. Dirk Claver. Ahlan wa sahlan. Thank you very much. Yes, hit the like button, guys. That's Dirk reminded. Hit the like button if you like this channel and if you like me. What's Ilm al-Arud? Ilm al-Arud is basically you learn the tones, undertones, or the meters of Arabic poetry. So Arabic poetry has about 20 meters, 16 to 20 meters. And you learn about what these are. And you apply it. What would happen if during Jummah the Imam and everyone, someone, ahlan wa sahlan, wa alaikum assalam, welcome. What would happen if during the Jummah the Imam and everyone start Salat, but downstairs people can't hear the Imam? Then the Salat for them discontinues. Is it permissible to wear Nike since its name is shirk? Yes, it's permissible. The reason being is because it doesn't hold the original meaning anymore. Like the day Thursday, it means Thor's day, which is obviously a Viking god, Thor. But you still can say Thursday because it doesn't hold its meaning anymore. What's the difference saying in the word talaq to someone and saying go back to your dad's house? Are they the same in terms of with divorce? No. So this goes into what we call talaq raji'in ba'in. So if you use any word of talaq or divorce in to a person, then immediately, effectively, the divorce will occur. But if you were to use an implicit statement, then you'd have to look at the intention and it'd have to go to court. New subscriber here, Star of the Angel World. Ahlan wa sahlan, Star of the Angel World. Thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful time on this channel. Ahlan wa sahlan. Which part of the world are you from? Star. Is it Star? Yeah, Star. Ahmed, is it true that those who learn Arabic in Egypt have fluent Arabic? I don't know. Is it? In your opinion, should a person go overseas only to the Dawra and Takhassus or for the full Alim course? I would say it would differ from person to person. If there's a person who can't concentrate locally and can concentrate abroad, then they go there. But otherwise, I think, yeah, that's how it used to be in Indian subcontinent in the past. People would study locally and then only for Mishkat, Dawra, would they go abroad or to other places. Any recommendation on good books in Ilm al-Kalam? Yeah, there are loads. You can start off with something like At-Tamheed by Lamashi and Nasafi, Aqaid Nasafiyya, and Bayadi's work. What was it called? I forgot what it's called. Bayadi. Have you read Yasmin Mujahid's book Reclaim Your Heart? No, I haven't. I've seen a lot of posters about it, but I haven't really got hold of the book. Mine is more chronological, but I agree, but Rahiq al-Makhtoum is more detailed. Yeah, I get what you're saying. There's actually a good book which is detailed, but at the same time very ilmi, like very sort of like research based, and this is called Sirat al-Mustafa by Sheikh Idris Kandhelwi. It's in Urdu originally, but it's been translated into English. It's in 3 volumes. And that is a very, very nice book for scholars to benefit from, for the layperson to benefit from as well. How many years do you advise studying before giving course or teaching people? I mean, until you feel as though you're confident in understanding everything and your teacher's happy with you. So it could differ from course to course. Hayati, why would someone say go back to your dad's house? I don't know, I have no idea. Hi Sheikh, what is blue water you drink? This is Ahla wa sahlan chatori. This is blue. This is green tea. Oh no, not green tea, blue tea. Yeah, so it's basically a type of leaf. How many times am I going to take this out? So it's a basically type of leaf, and it's just tea, and it's just the color of the leaves that mixes. What's al-harth wa nasl? Harth and nasl is vegetation and progeny. Sudanese people speak the best Arabic, all those I've come across. Ah, okay. Yeah, I've seen quite a few Sudanese speaking very good. I mean, I think it depends place as well. Part of Sudan, maybe. I love the background. Very nice. Changing lights. MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. I think I haven't really kind of like... let me just adjust the lights, guys. Let me show you some settings on this here. So I'm going to show you some of these settings. Right. All right. Look at that. This is like you're feeling in a bit of like an excited mood. Yeah, you put these on. And then you got like... It's kind of like spaceship kind of... I call this a spaceship mode. It looks like one of those Star Trek kind of spaceship things. And then you got the fading mode, which I usually have on. And then you got another mode called the smooth mode. Huh? Well, that's not very smooth. It's a bit unsmooth. Okay, then you can have different colors. I can just put like red and green and blue. Yeah, so I'm putting it back onto its normal mode again. Barakallah feek, mashallah, and jazakallah khair, BMN. What's Maktaba Al-Shamila? It's an app, a website which has lots of books on there. Try drinking green tea with ginger and honey because it helps really dry cough. Yeah, jazakallah khair. I will try that inshallah ta'ala. Thank you very much. I had this cough for about 3 weeks now. After I had COVID, this cough is just not disappearing. I think it just likes my chest. It just wants to stay in my chest. And it's kind of like, I gotta stay here. Don't let me leave. I want to be in this chest. I want to annoy him. Yeah, I like him when he gets annoyed and he's teaching and he coughs. So that's the kind of coughs that hang around with me. What does the tea taste like? The tea basically tastes, like cardboard. Yeah, it tastes a little bit like cardboard in a warm way. Warm cardboard with a bit of like, have you ever like just randomly just picked up a piece of twig and tried to put it in your mouth? Tastes a bit like that. Would you recommend studying in Istanbul? Definitely. Yeah, I would say if you can study there, I would definitely advise to go there, learn there. Khoim, Sheikh, Alhamdulillah, Chatori, Khoim. Oh, Khoim is like me, isn't it? Oh yeah, I know that one. Khoim. In fact, in my language, Pashto, I speak Pashto, we actually say something similar. We say Khayim. Zukhayma. Yeah, so Khoim. Excellent. Ustad, what's the ruling regarding the length of the beard in the Hanafi fiqh? So this is an issue which is a different issue in the sense of if you look at over the years in the texts seem to be the early texts seem to be indicating that keeping a beard is necessary. However, if you look later on in the Hanafi madhab, you see many scholars who have taken the position that as long as there is hair on the jaws, then that's the main thing. Yeah, so you have many who are inclined towards the fist length, which many of the Indian subcontinent Hanafis have taken, and then you have many who are in like Sham, Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, Palestine, and Turkey, who are inclined towards, and Egypt as well, inclined towards the other position. So there were many famous scholars. Sheikh Zaid al-Kawthari had a short beard. Sheikh Abdul Fattah al-Ghudda for many part of his life had a short beard. So I mean, there is a valid ikhtilaf there. Have you been teaching from home then, Mufti? No, I've been teaching in class. What's Mu'asharatul Asrar? Okay, can you please give example? Yeah, Ahmed, you're like every time you come on, it's like GCSE exams. Sheikh, would you still travel for knowledge even though you done iftar course? Definitely, definitely. If I could, I would definitely travel. If I felt that there is like a real need for me to study this, then I would definitely do it. And I do sometimes. I mean, when I get opportunity, I do try to get hold of teachers and I can study with them. Warm cardboard twig. Obviously, you are not the tea salesman. Yes, this is basically my sort of like you know uh, way of putting you off this tea, so you don't ask me for. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. You know me. I'll tell you something about me. Yeah, I if I know something is good for me, I'll drink it, even though it tastes terrible. So I don't put no sugar in this, by the way. I don't know if you put sugar in this, would the taste change? Allahu alam. Allahu alam. I don't really drink sugar with my beverages. Do men need to wear a thobe to dress modest? Yeah, no, they don't have to. As long as the aura is covered and the clothes are not too tight. Yeah, it's fine. Do you have poetry which contains all five mafa'il? Allah knows best. Jan, assalamu alaikum rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. Ahlan Malaysia. How are you guys over there? So it must be very late at night time. Yeah, am I right? How do I start using Arabic dictionaries? I need to learn vocabs. Is there any such websites? Yes. So if you go to Al Maani, ALMAANY, Al Maani. What Islamic knowledge are you trying to gain now? Which field did you master in? So I am trying to master in fiqh, more in fiqh. Seems strange, but yeah, at the moment more in fiqh and balagha as well, and also poetry as well. Arabic poetry and balagha. Um, where would you travel for knowledge if you had the opportunity again? I don't know. Maybe Turkey. Probably Turkey at the moment due to the situation in other countries. Most likely, probably Turkey. Maybe even to Pakistan with some of my teachers. Yeah. Khubam is correct. Khubam. 12 a.m. Malaysia. Oh, that's late. How to learn Arabic for those who have disabilities and short-term memory. Yeah, I have a course, like I mentioned this before. I've got a course called the 17 Lessons course. So if you want to check out the details, you can email or you can check out this website, uruk.com. And it's 17 lessons and it's from scratch. It helps people learn Arabic. Now, I don't know exactly what kind of disabilities, what, the impairment, what kind of, how, to what degree is it difficult for them to learn. But all I would say is the only way that you know is you give it a shot. 7:52 in Iran. Oh yeah, because Iran, guys, I bet you didn't know this. Iran is not just hours ahead; they are also half an hour ahead. Yeah, have you heard that one? So it's like 4:23 now, isn't it? But over there, it's going to be 7:53. Yeah, so that's like how many hours? So that's like half an hour, and then two and a half hours ahead. 2.5 hours in it. Yeah, 2.5 hours. Yeah, 2.5 hours ahead. Half hours. In a mosque, if Imam has speech difficulties, should he lead the salat? If there's no one else, then he can lead. Otherwise, he should avoid leading. Okay, khalas. I think I'm gonna stop there, guys. It's gonna be Maghrib soon over here, because times have changed. The hour went back last week. So in the UK, what happens is the hour actually goes back. From end of October all the way until end of March. Yeah, so for these about 6 months, the hour changes and it goes back. So it's almost Maghrib time here, and yeah. What's your opinion on France fry? Allah, I mentioned that in the beginning of this, so I do apologize if you can check out the video in the beginning. I want to go to Iran. Definitely, I want to go to Iran as well. Iran's always trying to be different. Yeah, Iran is a very nice country, mashallah. Very nice people there as well. So yeah, I would love to go to Iran, check out Iran. Okay, so Jazakallah khair, guys. Take care, inshallah. South Australia. Oh yeah, mashallah, 3 a.m. Allahu Akbar. Ahla wa sahlan down under. Shrimps on the barbie. G'day, mate. My Australian mode is kicking in. The cough inside my chest is saying to me, speak in your Australian accent, speak in your Australian accent. And I'm saying, no, you got to behave. It's Friday. You're welcome, Sami. Ahla wa sahlan. Juma time there. Allah, look at that. Subhanallah. Allah's amazing how from all around the world, different times around the world, people are communicating with each other. So if you haven't hit the like button, guys, hit the like button and check out my other videos. Inshallah, today I'm going to be putting up the Kanz video. Last week, I know what happened with the Kanz. The sound didn't come up. Yeah, and that happens, unfortunately. Sometimes I make a video and I literally, it takes me like an hour to make a video sometimes. And I realize I made a big error and the sound wasn't on. Or for example, like something else was, and I have to repeat the whole thing all over again. Or whilst editing, to render the video sometimes takes about 40 or 50 minutes, an hour. And it's like at the end of it, you think, it didn't work. So sometimes literally 4 hours are wasted, or not wasted, they're gone by, because I simply made like just an error in something, or something happened to the software. Assalamu alaikum, what's up? I'll let you know about cycling. Yes, inshallah. Let me know, please. Crikey, mate. Crikey. To us, all Australians sound the same, yeah. But I know you Australians, if you're living in the north, you guys, when you listen to the Australians in the south, it sounds different, doesn't it? But to us, all Australians sound the same, yeah. You're all crikey. Yeah, shrimps on the barbie. Because I grew up watching Neighbours and Home and Away. I used to watch that in the late 80s, early 90s. I don't know, Maji, you probably watched it as well. Yeah. Please stop that Irish accent. Should I do my Irish accent? Actually, no. In the Irish accent, to make it proper, you need to swear in the... Can't do Irish accent. British and Australian sound the same. Yeah, so for you guys, like for us, everyone in America sounds the same. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You kind of like listen carefully. You can hear the kind of really deep, like New York kind of accent, New Jersey kind of accent, New Jersey accent, and then the kind of like softer, Californian kind of accent, and then in the middle you have the crazy, like the Wild West accent. Anyway, guys, Jazakumullah khair. Really enjoyed it as usual. Thank you very much. And tomorrow, as usual, there's going to be question time, right? So inshallah, tune in for that. And hopefully see. Okay, one last thing. What's your opinion if I make? What would you guys think if I made like like on my YouTube channel, I made a small little story little few-minute vlogs. What do you guys think of that? Yeah, do you guys enjoy those kind of things? Is it something you look forward to? Is it something you're not really kind of interested in? What do you guys think of that? So here it's actually 4:30 in the late afternoon. Chicago accent. I don't know. Chicago accent just makes me think about the 1950s mob, like the mob in the 1950s. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good idea. I'll do a poll. I'll put a poll up, inshallah. Anyway, again, thank you very much, guys, and I will see you guys. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.